Hey guys, NS Productions 8104 here, and today, kind of a good day, but at the same time, kind of sad. So, I put a post out there on Facebook a couple days ago saying Layout Update 20 is going to be getting dropped here in the next, by the weekend, and well, it's now officially 11 p.m. on Sunday night. I got all the work done for the railroad. And like the post said, this is going to probably be the last layout update of this model railroad. Kind of sad, honestly. It's been a good railroad I've had for, well, 6 years plus. So, let's get to it then. Biggest thing is this corner. So, finally replaced the two brass curves here. Now this is 22 on the inside. A big project I did was I replaced the outer track with 24-inch. Here's some NS power. I redid this spur, so it still comes off. Same switch, but instead of curving the entire way, it now does a slight bend, and then goes into a straight track. You can fit about two 50-foot cars in there, or a 160-foot car, or whatever. Bulkhead, doesn't matter. It's mainly just going to be for an extra storage track and just throw cars there. As you can see, I redid the scenery around here too. So, start from the ground up, quite literally. I put an actual dirt layer down. It's not actual dirt, it's, what is it called? I think it's called like blended turf, but earth colors. Pretty sure. It's like the generic version, so I don't think it's exactly called that. But I think it's called turf earth blend. So it's like the dirt kind of colors. So you'll actually see some better over here. So I put that down. Then I put some grass down. Then I glued these trees in. So we got a whole bunch of trees. Some of these, most of these I bought from Hobby Lobby, like these little puffball trees here. But then these trees I got from Michael's. So those fit in there quite nicely. As you can see, there's even an apple tree back there in the corner. They're kind of closely dense packed back here, and it looks nice, especially from this angle. You can't see the trains exactly anymore, so they like pop in and out. It's really kind of cool. Yeah, this is the color I was talking about. It's more like a earth tone. So I redid this area, redid this whole corner, redid that siding. Again, this is now 24-inch on the outside, 22 inner track. That's still my MOW slash. This is more of a team. This is more of a team track, so it's both storage for equipment for the railroad and whatnot, and then they also use it for storage of rails and ties. One thing I did add is I added this little spur here. I got this little very nice track cleaning car. It's nice, heavy, chunky. Got this for $5. $5 for this car. And I've seen this car on eBay sell for anywhere from $80 to about $120. So I'm not complaining. I got it for $5 with the original box. Plus it even comes with spare cleaning pads. So like, yes. Put some trees down over here. Once again, redid the turf. I did not grass this part because I didn't think it'd be very grassy over here with it, being so close to the industrial part of the track. Granted, I did it here, but I didn't do it real too heavy here. I did a little hint of green, but then in between it's still just brown. Got some newer cars. There's some new stuff on the railroad, some new engines, some finished projects. I'll do a Lakeview back shots here in the next couple weeks. Biggest thing is I redid this corner as well. This one's actually done pretty well. It's got the little turf balls. That's what I'm calling them, little puffs of turf, and then it's got static grass down. It looks like a woodland scene. I actually really like how this corner came out. And again, you got grass, more turf. Didn't do much with the yard. There's that GP38 I was rebuilding. Done. That'll get shown off. I love that. That's my new yard power. Oh, look. There's another done locomotive. So coming along the backside here, it really didn't do much. I didn't get to this, but it's going to get the same treatment as the rest. It's just going to get the turf and then maybe a little bit of grass. Fix up the ballast where it needs to be fixed, wherever it plays track. Now we got to get back behind there because I did some stuff back behind the corner. Also watching Heist, so because why not? Biggest thing over here is ballasting's been complete to the bridge. on both tracks. So I reballasted main 1 and I did ballasting on main 2. Switches still work and everything. Put a couple trees over here. Didn't really touch that because no one really sees that due to the fact it's behind the TV. So this is where what I'm modeling here is an on-off load for heavy construction equipment, where they'll get loaded on the flat cars and then they'll get transferred to the team track to be unloaded. Because realistically, this is like hundreds of miles away in model form, but you got to use your imagination. I've been messing with the height of the railroad. I got to mess with this a little bit more. Some of my bigger power, they just weren't light. Some of the power I was running just didn't like the transition right there, so I had to raise this all back up. And this is pretty much all level, and then this dips back down like it was. But the thing is, I discovered that this also dips down. So if I raise this up, I can actually really see it right now. But if I raise from like there up about half an inch, the whole railroad would be level. So that would be fun. I got to do that. That's going to be a project for 2 or 3 people. That's not just a one and done kind of project. I did add a spur back here. I don't know if I mentioned that in my last video. I don't think it was there. But we got a nice little scrap industry back there now. I got to just start putting some scrap things. I got a material handler, dump trailer, front end loader, tow truck to simulate it just hauled in a wreck. Because I'm thinking I'm going to make that part like a dirt road or whatever. Maybe make it a little concrete road and then disappear at the window. Kind of spiel. That's what I'm thinking. Like a 1-lane road in and out of the scrapyard. But might put some greenery back there. Don't know yet. I'll probably end up just putting a little bit of green back there so it's not as plain, just board exposed. It's like one of the few areas left that's just got board. I replaced the 2 switches over here. So they finally crapped themselves. I could not get trains to run over them. Power was constantly cutting out right there, and I even had feeders and everything drop down right there. They pretty much hit the end of their life. Those I bought used. Switches I had there I bought used in a bulk off of a friend of mine. So I went down to my quote-unquote local hobby shop, which is Hobby Express in Cranberry, which is 2 hours away. My fiance used to go to college down there in Waynesburg, but so one of the times on the way back, I picked up some switches because I needed them. I picked up some switches for that. I picked up a Pico switch for there. I picked up a Pico switch for this corner because I got sick and tired of that. Oh, by the way, this corner and that corner also has now 24-inch radius curves. I think those already had them, but they still do. And then I had to buy a new Atlas switch for that corner because that wasn't working right. And that one finally shit the bed itself too. So, a lot of just little things I've done. A lot of it's been scenery, and I mean, I've done a little bit of bus wiring every now and then too, because I finally got the drop bridge, so where I don't need feeders here. Connect up, and this just drops down with 2 little hinge pins, little just barrel plugs. I think that's what they're called, barrel locks or whatever. Put those in there. Have not gotten this hooked up. I'm not planning on to. It's just gonna stay like that. But those are some of the biggest things. Is added a spur, redid some of the main line, and all that fun stuff. I will say I added quite a few new locomotives to the roster since the last Lakeview back shops, which I'm also gonna kind of change that up. Instead of doing it every month or every couple months, I think it's gonna be like once or twice a year, because some of these engines that I've done literally took me 8 months to do because I was just trying to get the spare money to buy the parts that they needed. Because I mean, they were complete rebuilds. Like on this SD40-2, I'll give you a quick rundown of what it did. This was a blue box model, Athearn blue box. So we got upgraded flywheels to hexagon flywheels, so I don't have to use a very loud drivetrain. It actually runs a hell of a lot quieter now. It's got separately applied details. It's got a Canon rear face piece. It's got Canon subbase, nose, and cab, sunshades, and everything. It's got Canon fans. It's got a aftermarket horn. It's got separately applied lift rings all along the top of the thing. It's got freaking wires going in between wires, aka pipe, going in between the brake cylinders on the trucks. I mean, it's got front plow, MU cables, ditch lights, front and rear. It's gotten the whole treatment. The only thing it's basically missing is MU cables on the front and the rear. This one also has custom bent some coupler cut bars for the front and rear for this unit. That was a pain in the butt, but saves me a lot of money because those freaking little cut levers are like anywhere from $12 to $16 for a pair, and it's like I had like 5 or 6 engines on the table, so it's like I don't really want to spend almost $100 on some cut levers when I can spend $10 on the wire and just custom build them myself because I had the eye loops to do it. So yeah, quite a few new rolling stocks, so we'll go over a couple on the railroad right now. That NS Protect 3, that's a Scale Trains car. I've always wanted one of those. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Anyway, that was, I got in a massive lot from Trains with a Z. It came with 2x-level auto racks, that 2 tangent hoppers. So I got an N&W tangent hopper over there and a CSX one, and then that car, that and the hoppers and the whole lot was like perfect. It was everything I was looking for. Because right now I'm kind of slowly redoing my grain train because I'm realizing a lot of my grain cars are not actual grain cars. They're a lot of plastic pallet hoppers, or they're the single dome hatch. They're the single round hatches, which are not grain hoppers. So I also added that CN car, bought it off of a friend of mine. That's a New York Central car for CSX. I really wanted a New York Central marked CSX freight car. A friend of mine was selling that, and that's an Intermount car. Picked that up. Obviously, you've known the N&W caboose, the tank car. I got 3 full send box cars from Heist's store. So those are going to be modernized. They already got the FRA striping. They're going to get heavily weathered, and they're going to make it look like they've been in revenue service for a while, but those are going to be added. The Conrail car has obviously been here. The custom trash car is still working. It's still a work in progress. That is mainly, I gotta freaking find some decals for it and then paint it. That's all what that car needs, is just some paint and decals, because I already got all the holes drilled for all the grab irons, so I just gotta find the decals, get the grab irons installed, glue everything together, glue everything in, I should say, and then paint it, decal it, dull coat it, done. That car is going into my fleet. One cool thing I did do is that recently a Tractor Supply opened up near me, and they sell the HO scale Caterpillar equipment. So I got 2 excavators, glued them onto that flat car. This was also another car in that lot from Trains. This was it was a bulkhead flat car from Scale Trains, but it's missing the end. So what I did was I pretended that it was a wreck car. It was in a wreck. The deck was fine, but the ends were completely mangled. So they just put some new deck ends on and called it a day and turned it into a 68-foot flat car. So that's what I did there. But, so I got a scraper, glued that on there, got another scraper, put it on the SP car. This car has got 2 D5 bulldozers on it, D5Ms actually, because they got the swivel blade, onto the TTX flat car I picked up a while ago from Hobby Express. Picked up a couple more coil cars from the train show back in November. I got like 3 to 4 of them for like $10 each. I think I got 3 of them, because I got 2 more NS ones and a CSX one, because all the other ones they had were a little older roads, not in my era. I picked up this Cryo Trains car for $10. This was like the find of the show. I couldn't believe someone was selling a Cryo Trans car for $10, and the only thing it needed was metal wheels. So I put on a pair of Intermountain metal wheels on it. Bingo bango. Got some more. I've been collecting more 2-bay covered hoppers. This is an Intermountain car. That's an Athearn car. And then I got another Intermountain car right there. Bought the Intermountain and the BNSF car from a friend. Got the NS covered hopper at the train show. What else? I put on a custom built I-beam load on this bulkhead flat car, and it looks really nice. I really liked how it turned out, so I am not complaining about how that looks. I love that car. That's on my scale train's 62-foot bulkhead flat. Picked up a couple more tank cars. There's a Walters mainline tank car there. Another one right there. And I think there's one more hiding out somewhere. I think it's actually put away in one of the bins. Yeah, it is. Got a couple more tank cars from a friend. This I bought off a guy off of Facebook. I really wanted one of these 68-foot gondola cars. And then I got this in November. This is another Scale Trains Dash 9. One of the Top Hat Dash 9s. The only thing I had to do to it was add a sill stripe onto it. Because this was one of the as-delivered Dash 9s, so it was all black, no sill stripe, no dashing stripes. Like on my 9183 here, it doesn't have the dashed line. It had nothing. So it got the stripe treatment, and then that was that. But, yeah. Like I said, a lot of scenery upgrades recently. Also, there's a new Heritage unit on the front of that train. That will be shown in the Lakeview back shop. Same thing with the Dash 9. I'll give you more details on that. So yeah. And one more thing before we get to the upcoming reviews that I have planned for this year. I have 4 engines on pre-order that I'm planning to do reviews on. But the reason why this is the last is because I'm going to be moving to South Carolina from Pennsylvania. So this is not coming with me. The engines and everything else is. I have Cato Unitrack. I could set up trains to run trains on and all that. But for now, this layout's going to be gone. I'm not going to have a permanent layout for a while. So not only do these videos are for your entertainment, it also gives me a record of how I did this. Like I said, I built this railroad in 2019 with my grandfather. June of 2019. So this year in June, this railroad will be 6 years old. Granted, it's gone through quite a few upgrades. Like the whole back half here has been replaced. Been upgraded and replaced. Originally, it was just 2 mainline tracks going all the way around. But it's just a nice little reminder of everything I've done while living here. The good news is this is not going to go away anytime soon. My dad is starting to get back into the model train hobby, so when I leave, the railroad will still be set up. He'll still have DC. I'm hoping at the show I can get another DCC controller. I want to go from a power cab to a pro cab. So if I go to a pro cab, he can keep my power cab because I won't need it anymore. I got the pro cab. But eventually I want to upgrade to a pro cab, so then that way I can eventually go wireless. But apparently there's a company in Australia that makes a Wi-Fi unit for NCE stuff, so I want to get that. That's $115. Eventually I want to get that too. But so yeah, I'll be moving away. This won't be going with me. It'll be staying. I'm not going to rip up all the track and stuff. Because eventually I want to learn how to make my own track and my own switches. That's the biggest thing. These switches cost like $20 a switch. Sheesh. A little too much for me. I'd rather take the time build my own. Because you know what? If I'm going to be stuck in an apartment, I can't really build a model railroad. But what I could do is start building a crap ton of switches. So some of the switches I know I'm going to need are a bunch of number 4s. Those are going to be used for industry tracks and all that fun stuff. And then 6s. I think my number 6s, I'm thinking number 6s will be good for crossovers because that's what I got now and they work pretty dang well. So I'm going to stick with number 6 switches, and then I'm also going to do number 4s. It's going to be a heck of a lot cheaper than trying to buy pre-built switches and all that fun stuff. So eventually I'm gonna start making my own switches and stuff. I got to get the tools, slowly start buying the tools that I need to do this, and then buy Code 100 rail, because I pretty much am going to stick with Code 100. I get it, it's not 100% realistic, but at the same time I like how it runs. It runs almost anything, so I'm going to stick with Code 100. And also, it's easier to work with. I've worked with Code 83 before. I'm not a huge fan of Code 83, so I'm going to stick with Code 100. But, yeah. And eventually, I'll also work on weathering a lot of this. A lot of my engines will get weathered in this time when I'm not building or building the model railroad, working on the model railroad. A lot of it's going to be working on weathering, like this rail box here. I love how this looks. I want to get more into this. I want to maybe do a faded logo on one of these newer cars, or do it on that car, do it like a faded logo look. So anyways, let's get away from the somber news. So the 4 reviews I got coming this year, and the one should be shipping at the end of the month, is the new scale trains, Fox Valley models, no fucking Western J-Class. I know I said I wasn't going to order one. It was too pricey, blah, blah, blah. Problem is, I was going to pay about that much for an MTH or a Broadway anyway, so I might as well have just bit the bullet, buy brand new, buy it with lock sound, because that's my whole fleet's being transitioned to lock sound. Almost everything I got in here, if it doesn't have sound, it's got Digitrax in it, because Digitrax I can speed match pretty well with lock, but any engine with sound except for 3 actually, the 1100 Ace and the 2 demonstrator Gevos all have Tsunami. Those have Tsunami. The rest though, lock sound. Oh, and the AC 6000 that has Paragon 2, that's eventually going to get ripped out and lock sound thrown in it. So yeah, all the other engines that just got DCC either have Digitrax or Locopilot in them. Actually, sit here and go through and name off which one's got which. Oh, I forgot the SC40Es have Tsunami in them. One's got a mobile, one's got sound because it has an Economy in it. The 9183's got a Locopilot. The 3452's got a Locopilot. The BNS AC44's got a Locopilot. The UP's got a Locopilot. The Santa Fe's got a Locopilot. The BN, that's new, it's got a Locopilot. The Canadian National new has Digitrax, lock sound, lock sound, lock sound, lock sound. Paragon 2, lock sound. Like a Locopilot, mobile decoder, that one's got Economy. That's got a mobile decoder. That's got lock. That's a project. That's going to get a Locopilot. That's got Locopilot 4. That's got a Locopilot in it. That's got lock sound in it. That's going to be getting lock sound in it here in the next couple weeks. Tsunami 2. Lock. Going to be getting lock. And then lock sound. Locopilot 4. Lock sound. So, a lot of my engines here, Digitrax and Locopilot. But all these have got either Locopilots, lock sound. Only a couple have Tsunami 2 left. The Tsunami 2 board, actually, out of this Ace is going into my dad's Ace. He does UP, and he's been collecting the Heritage unit. So, that's going to go in there for him. I'm not going to make any money off of that one. That's fine. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. End of the video here, I'll clip in a video of maybe some of these engines running, but I don't know yet. Probably not, because I still have to clean the tracks from all the ballasting over here, so I'm probably not going to run trains, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned. Oh, I almost forgot about the other 3 reviews. Haha, silly me. Alright, so after the NWJ, we're going to have the Broadway Limited Imports Conductors Club exclusive 3985 Challenger. That's already paid off. That's paid off and done for. I'm just waiting for it to get in-house and shipped. Got an email this past week. They're going to be shipping out the N-Scale Big Boys this week. So the Challengers are not going to be too far behind because they announced both of them at the same time. After that, sometime, I don't know when, but sometime, it's not going to be a full-on review, but this is going to be like a 5-minute review, I think I'm going to call them, or a 5-minute look, maybe. But it's going to be the new Athearn Genesis 2.0 line, ST70 ACE, the 1068, the Erie Heritage unit. So that's there. And then the last engine I have on pre-order, which is scheduled to come in June of this year, is the all-new Scale Trains AC44C6M. I have number 4000 on pre-order. I have the original on pre-order because it fits my era perfectly. Those things were debuted December of 2015, entered service in January of 2016. My era goes to the beginning of 2017, about March 2017, right before they started storing the Dash 8s and before they started scrapping the Dash 8s and selling them off. And the same thing with the 60Ms, the 70Ms, the SD75Ms, all the good power. Because eventually I will have all that here. Eventually. It's going to take some time. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next couple reviews coming up, because after this, it's pretty much all what's going to be on the channel. The channel is going to die off quite a bit. I will say that now. I'm giving you all a warning. The channel is going to pretty much die. It pretty much come to a halt after these 4 reviews, because I don't know when I'm going to get extra cash to buy more models or whatnot. So I might just start uploading quick little, might start doing YouTube shorts of days when I pull out the trains and run the trains. Take a little shot of a train flying by, like Hot Shot Intermodal or something like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for the new Scale Trains N&W Class J, number 611, the Spirit of Roanoke 2015 post-build. So, hope you all have a good day, and we'll catch you guys next time.